In this lesson, you are going to learn about the Thornton Affair, which was a battle that led to the U.S. declaring war on Mexico in the Mexican-American War in 1846. First, let's start with a map of the United States as it is today in the year 2020. Right now, we have 50 states in the United States. We are over here in California, and if I scroll in, you can see Elmhurst United up here in Oakland, California. The United States didn't always have 50 states in its union. So we're going to look at a couple other maps, which you've already seen in a prior lesson. Look at this map up here. This is a map before the Mexican-American War in 1830. As you can see, we have this is the portion of land that was considered the United States. Now look at this map down here. This is the aftermath after the Mexican-American War in 1848. And as you can see, the U.S. acquired a lot more land. Now, there are a lot of events that led to the start of the Mexican-American War. Today, we're going to focus on the Thornton Affair, which happened in Texas. That was the battle that eventually led to the United States declaring war on Mexico. You will be reading some documents that show the motivations for each side because wars are complicated. And ultimately, you're going to have to decide whether or not you think the United States was justified in going to war with Mexico. Let's take another look at our 2020 map of the United States so you can get a better idea of where Texas is. This is Texas. If we were to get in a car from Oakland and drive to Texas, it would take at least 24 hours, and that's if you're not stopping for the bathroom, to eat, to sleep, to take any breaks. I'm going to pull this Texas part of the map out, and I want to put it down over here so I can show you side by side what the map looked like in 2020 and what the map looked like during the Thornton Affair. So here again is our 2020 map, and over here is a map, and this is going to show you what happened during the Thornton Affair. Notice the similarity in the landmarks between these two maps. For example, here, this is a river. It's the same Rio Grande River. The same with this, the Nueces River up here is the same as this river right here. The Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico. You can even see some of the same cities like Corpus Christi right here and Corpus Christi right here. Now let's read this map a little bit closer. On my key down here, it says this is a map of the U.S. Army advance, July 1845 to April 1846. This dotted line right here is going to show the U.S. Army movement, and anything that has these slanted lines is going to be U.S. disputed territory. This means that they're fighting over land. Let's read this note now. It says, on April 25th, 1846, Captain Seth Thornton of the U.S. Army and his 70 soldiers were attacked by a much larger Mexican force. The incident occurred in the disputed territory north of the Rio Grande, and reports suggest that 16 Americans were killed. The number of Mexican soldiers killed is unknown. So according to this map, this is the line that shows the U.S. Army advancing all the way down here till we get to April 25th, which is what this is talking about. Let's look at some of the other map features. Up here, I see it says boundary claimed by Mexico after 1836, and that follows the Nueces River right here. I also see it says boundary claimed by Texas and the United States, which follows this river, which is the Rio Grande. Everything in between these lines, just like it said down here, is disputed territory. or territory that the United States and Texas disagreed with Mexico about who owned this land. After the Thornton Affair, this is the event that led to then President Polk declaring war on Mexico and thus starting the Mexican-American War. In the next few lessons, you're going to read some documents that show the motivations for each side. And ultimately, again, you're going to be answering this question: was the United States justified in going to war with Mexico?